Now has the potential to be a lot of things. The moment you're in right now could either be your worst day or your best day, but you get to decide. We go through life thinking that every moment is going to be as perfect as we expect it to be, but we go on with our lives and we encounter situations and moments that make us realize that sometimes you're going to have some bad days. Sometimes you're going to encounter some challenges. Sometimes you're going to encounter resistance. And we assume that because we have decided to succeed, that we'll never encounter challenges that it takes on the journey to success. Success is not a shortcut, it is a journey, it is a process. And sometimes in being courageous to engage with the process, we encounter challenges that disengage us from the process that we're in, that is supposed to lead us to our greatest success. And then sometimes even in pursuit of our greatest success, we encounter our greatest failures, because sometimes when you're seeking to develop yourself, you see all the weaknesses that you never thought you had. And I realize one thing, that in and of myself, I will fail. In and of myself, I will fall to the challenges that I encounter. But I realize one thing, that there is something greater than myself, something better than my own strength. The book of Proverbs says that if you fall in the days of trials, then your strength is little, your strength is small. The reason why you're falling right now is because your strength is not enough to take you through what you're going through. Why? Because your strength, your intelligence, your wisdom is limited. I'm speaking about the power of potential. You see, potential is both overrated and underrated. It's overrated in the sense that we think that just because you got potential, that everything's going to turn perfectly for you. And we also assume that just because the process is going hard for you, we assume that just because the process is difficult, then that means that our potential is limited. Your potential cannot be released without a process. But in that process, it takes a lot to reach your fullest potential. In the scriptures, in the book of Ruth 1, we encounter a situation where Israel goes into a famine. And there is this lady in the scripture called Naomi. And she has 2 daughters. And those 2 daughters, including herself, encounter losses. And encountering losses, Naomi, Ruth, and her sister are left as widows. Now, Naomi poses a suggestion to her daughters. She says that, listen, I'm in a tough place right now. So I'd rather have it that you guys go back to where you came from, go back to your mother's house, your father's house, and go back to your gods, because where I am right now, God's hand is turned against me and I have lost all that I ever cherished. So I'd rather have it that you just leave me to be. The sisters resisted at first, but with time, Naomi knew that this situation was not going to get better. And one of the sisters left, but there was one sister who didn't leave, and her name is Ruth. And she said that where you go, I will go. Where you lodge, I will lodge. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. That decision had the potential to either be the greatest decision of her life or the worst decision of her life, depending on the outcome. But the problem is this, is that we have situations and moments in our lives that we focus on how it looks now, that we don't open our eyes to what it could be. The challenge that you're encountering right now has the potential to either make you a failure forever, or it either has the potential to take you towards your success. You get to decide. You can either be the other sister who leaves and bows down to the challenge, Or you can choose to be like Ruth and stay despite the challenge. Stay faithful to the process that you're in despite the challenge. I talk to you about process. Process reveals potential. But a lot of the times in that process we encounter things that make us doubt our potential. I'm here to tell you that if you stay faithful to your process, God will reward your faithfulness and give you a reward. And you're going to encounter a moment in your life where you're going to see that despite the challenge, my potential didn't go away. As a matter of fact, the challenge brought out the fullness of my